Is this really okay?
I told you I could do it using the leftover funds from the original deposit. Don't tell me you're afraid that I cheaped out on the dress.
No, not at all. I have only the fullest faith in your work, Miss Chiory. I'm just in shock, that's all. It's always been my dream to wear a Chiory boutique dress for my wedding. I really thought the chance had passed me by.
Ooh, is that lady the owner of Chiory Boutique? We've never seen her before.
I'm a woman of my word. If I say I can do something, then it'll be done. Now, remember to not fold the gown, or store it under direct sunlight. I'd recommend only taking it out on the day of the wedding.
I'll try my best. Once he sees me in this, his jaw's gonna drop straight to the floor.
Are you here to check out the offerings?
Sure are. Oh, Paimon's Paimon, and this is the Traveler.
That's right. Oh, Navia told me about you. Glad to make your acquaintance.
Oh, we've heard a lot about you, too. Chiory Boutique is super famous in Fontaine.
Well, I appreciate the recognition. Is there anything you're looking for exactly? We're out of kids' clothes right now, I'm afraid.
Hey, Paimon's not a kid.
Oh, that. Well, if news of the event has reached your ears, I suppose the Fontaine Apparel Association's advertising efforts...
Are there any fun and popular activities that...
Fashion Week isn't what I'd call fun. But it certainly always attracts a crowd.
Will you be showing off some of your designs, too?
Of course. All designers at the Court of Fontaine use the week to advertise their brand. Come to think of it, it was also at a previous Fashion Week that our label first took off.
Aren't you pretty much an established name now? People will still buy your clothes even if you don't participate.
Yeah, that's not quite how it works. While many people buy clothes for fit, why would anyone patronize a label that hasn't even bothered to put out any new designs for the year? In the end, fashion is just a representation.
Okay, so all that complicated stuff aside.
Absolutely. The designs have already been finalized.
Ooh, are you using materials you can't get in Fontaine?
Well, I still have a certain partiality to Inazuma-made fabrics. The textures are pleasant to the touch.
Oh, Paimon gets it! It's that...
Something like that. Yes.
We're a long way from Inazuma, though. Aren't you concerned that your shipment might get lost or stolen?
No need to worry. I've already taken steps to ensure that it'll arrive safely. I've entrusted the job to Komani Express's most reliable...
Excuse me! Coming through! Coming through! Chiory, your shipment's here. I know it's quite late, so I'm... really sorry.
Deep breaths, Kirara, then start again.
Huh? And you're with customers as well? Oh, jeez. I've really kept everyone...
These two are the Traveler and Paimon. With how well-traveled you are, you've And this is Kirara, Star Courier of the Komani Express.
Pleased to make your acquaintance. And sorry you had to see me like this. I know I'm late, but if an opportunity arises in the future...
So, what was the holdup? Sailing delays, bad weather?
Huh? No, nothing like that. I just ran into a bit of trouble, that's all.
Bandits, then? Or treasure hoarders? A few
Well, I didn't run into anyone.
Keeping you honest as always, I see.
All right. I was stopped by a group. They were a little different from the ones I usually...
So it was a
My fabric should be...
Yeah, they said that I could go as long as I left the goods with them.
Oh, are you okay?
Oh, I'm good. I'm still a yokai after all. I turned them over to the guards. It just...
Well, it's not completely out of the ordinary for one of your deliveries to get intercepted. Is there something else that you're keeping from me?
Huh?
Perhaps I need to reconsider how many stars to give you in my review.
You always know how to get me, Chiory. So, I kinda wanted to know why anyone would order a hit on me. One of the bandits had a loose tongue, which saved me some time. He said that a certain person had commissioned. And who might this. Chiory, why don't we just let this one go?
I appreciate your kindness, Kirara, but if I don't teach this person a lesson, I doubt they'll stop. Anyone that dares to mess with one of my friends deserves a.
Alright. The guy said that the commissioner was someone by the name of
Aether. No, that name rings a bell. Wouldn't.
Well, that's exactly why I didn't want to.
So you both know this
Through Chiory's complaints about him, sure. He's a.
so he's
A rival is what you call someone. Aether, however, just has it out for me as a designer. I've already warned him before to compete with me fair and square. But I guess he prefers black.
Wait, Chiory, where are you going?
To teach someone a lesson. You must be tired after your long journey. Why don't you rest in my shop for a little while?
Chiory! Wait!
and she's gone.
Oh no. What should we.
You seem concerned. Should we be
Well, she's always been the type of person to face things head on. But with Traveler, Paimon, could you go after her and check out the situation?
Yeah, we'll take good care of Chiory.
To be honest.
Any chance you're on the clock, officer? Nothing good ever comes up. Oh? And who are these two? So you came too? Allow me to introduce you.
The Special Security and Surveillance Patrol? You mean
Well, I wouldn't say everyone on the patrol uses a musket. I just happen to have formed a platoon made up mostly.
Whoa, Chiory, Paimon didn't know you went so far.
It's nothing. In my line of work, it's not uncommon to run into some trouble every now and then. And she's helped me get out of a few sticky situations. In return, I've helped her take care of some things that you could say aren't exactly in her
It's nice to meet you both. So, did something happen?
Indeed it did. I'll need you to come with me.
I only ever hear that phrase from you. Usually,
Well, are you coming?
not before I know what you're planning.
Have I ever made a bad call?
The better question is, have you ever made one that didn't violate proper...
Okay. A man.
Are you sure this is something you should be telling the captain of the special patrol? It's getting hard to tell whether you're here.
Neither. I'm requesting personal
Are you planning?
Not if I can help it.
All right. Where?
Follow me.
Just promise you'll start trying to keep yourself out of trouble.
Well, when trouble stops coming my way, I'll be sure to get on that. This should be the place. You all wait here.
You know, Chevraz, Paimon gets the sense that you
It's just as Chiory said. We got to know each other pretty well in our lines of work.
Does Chiory often need your help?
I'd say it's mutual. The uniform, the musket, they're intimidating. Most people clam up the minute they see, but put them in a clothing boutique, and they suddenly start gushing fast.
Oh, is it because they're trying to show off or something?
Yep. People are vain creatures. They can't help but want to talk up new developments in their... As a result, Chiory often picks up on all kinds of information in her shop. Most of her customers...
You scratch my back and I'll scratch...
Exactly. I'm also here to ensure Chiory's safety. And in some very rare cases, I'm forced to protect other people from So, who got on her case?
Oh, so this is...
Huh? Aether,
You've heard of him?
Yep. He's made trouble for Chiory several times already, so he's back at it, huh?
Whoa, what's this about a funeral?
I just meant that Aether's done for. Now bring it in, you two.
Uh,
Because this is probably going to turn into one of those very
What are you doing? Stay away from me!
Has anyone ever taught you the definition of stupidity?
Huh?
Stupidity is doing the same meaningless thing. It appears you've forgotten what I told you before. So, allow... Oh, and if you dare lay your hands on my friend again...
Chiory.
Officer, an assault's in progress! Please.
Of course. I'll do my utmost. Not to worry, though. If you'd allow me to search the scene, I'm sure I'll be...
Forget...
Ms. Chiory, I must also ask you to refrain from engaging in such
Apologies, officer. I guess you could say
You...
Is there anything else either of you have to say for you?
That's all from me. I sincerely hope that today's events will never happen again.
We'll see about that.
Whoa, that scared the heck out of Paimon! How did he just go...
You're too kind.
Now's not the time to be accepting compliments.
What? Oh, not if I could help it. I started with a verbal warning, but
Insults and threats so bad that he deserved...
believe it or not, they were that bad.
You could have reported him to the guard.
Oh, I will. But it'll take... I don't want anything else to happen during Fontaine Fashion Week. Oh, that reminds me.
What a shame.
Have I? Well, it's a good thing I was planning on...
Don't you think you're maxed out on advance?
I always pay you back in information, don't... It's just like you said. You scratch...
Yep. Hup. Yep.
We're back. You were gone for an awfully long time. Oh, there's nothing to worry about. All you need to...
Sorry, Chiory.
What are you talking about? You didn't do anything wrong. The next time you need to leave the city, call with that sort of escort. The next time you make a delivery, those treasure hoarders won't go and... I'm being serious. You know me.
Wait, you don't mean...
I've already spoken to the captain of the Special Patrol. As discussed, the patrol's going to take a small detour during their daily training tomorrow.
There's really no need. I'm just a simple courier. I don't need to be surrounded by a bunch of armed guards.
Well, you certainly shouldn't count on such a procession for... It'll also show those guys what'll happen to those who dare to mess with my friends. Yes, well put.
Well, if you think it's a good idea... Well, with the bad guys out of the way and your goods safely delivered, everything should...
I believe so. I'll try to churn out a few more outfits of...
Paimon's gonna take a guess and say...
But of course, they supply us designers with funding, equipment. That's also why this year's fashion...
But isn't your brand already really famous, Chiory? Your clothes...
Even so, I would imagine there are still people who've never heard...
Well... I mean, with the amount of places that I deliver to...
Then it's still not famous enough. My goal is to make the Chiory brand...
All of it? Your business would have to get pretty huge then. Wait, would that mean I could just go to any Chiory branch on the continent to get my clothes fixed? It has been pretty inconvenient having to come...
Alternatively, of course, you could just be a bit more careful with them.
Okay, I'll admit, they do get snagged on branches pretty often, but I can... Well, if that's your dream, Chiory, then we should do our best to make it a reality!
I'm sure I could think of...
Ooh, what is it? What is it?
Why don't you come to my shop tomorrow and model for me? Simply put,
Oh, so we get to try on some of...
seeing them off the rack will also give me the chance to make some small adjustments to the
Sounds easy enough.
Most of the clothes you see during Fashion Week are meant to showcase the designer's vision. If you like them, though, feel free to visit the boutique and see...
Ooh, sounds good!
Then we have a deal. You'll...
Yep, sounds good. Wait, kids' clothes? Paimon told you... Chiory, we're here!
You're here early. I haven't even opened the shop yet.
Wait, has Kirara left?
Yep, with the special patrol.
Did everything go all right on the...
I believe so. The patrol makes for quite the way they marched forward with Kirara in the center. You'd think she was some sort of VIP. For the second leg, the Spina also came with a pretty large group, led by Navia herself. They took care to clear the path beforehand as well. I even heard that Navia decided out of the blue to make a batch of macarons as a going-away gift for Kirara. And
Sounds like Navia really got...
my thoughts exactly. She even lamented the fact that she didn't have to...
You know, now that you mention Navia...
I suppose that's why we're such good friends. Navia has a certain resilience. That same spirit is the true vision of my brand.
It's like finding the perfect brand ambassador.
Indeed. Customers pay attention not just to the clothes, but also to the figures in society who wear said clothes.
Huh. And here Paimon thought all that mattered was for the clothes.
Fashion is about more than just looks, my dear. Especially... well,
Oh yeah. Come on, let's get down to business.
indeed. Give me a moment while I
Set them up.
just carefully organize the ready-to-wear clothes with an eye toward their...
Whoa, there sure is a lot.
Well then, I'll leave the displays. Ugh, you didn't get bought out by my competitors, did you? Ugh, this arrangement, it's... never mind. Anyway, over here, stand still. I'll take your measurements first.
Excuse me, Miss Chiory.
Oh, good morning, Leanne. How have you been recently? Your gown will be ready next week.
Oh, no. Nothing like that, Miss...
Kids?
But you can keep the deposit, of course. I know you can't return any...
Don't worry about the materials. I'm more concerned about you. It's all right. I'm not trying to make things difficult for you.
Thank you.
Don't worry about it. Just...
Is it just Paimon or was she acting a bit...
It's not a big deal. These things happen every once in a while. A family emergency, an important payday falling through, a lover's quarrel. Judging from the look on her face, something's keeping her from revealing...
Well, guess this means you'll have...
That's true. Come.
Is Miss Chiory in?
I am. How can I help you?
I'd like to...
Oh, could I...
It's just, not to my liking. You said I could get a refund if I wasn't
Is there something about it that didn't meet your expectations?
No need. You don't have to concern yourself with that.
And I'd be happy to process that for you. If you could just...
Chiory here? I'd like to return.
Another one?
Is there some sort of new calamity coming that I haven't heard about? Another flood? Or an apocalypse? Surely the entire population of Fontaine didn't convene in...
What kind of rags are you trying to sell us, huh? The way I see it, this shop is nothing more than a black market front run by a bunch of dirty criminals. Please calm down.
What is he talking...
Haven't you heard? Chiory Boutique has been exposed for having close ties with criminals.
And just who is it that dares to...
Well, you tell us. The fabrics you've got here, they're all sourced...
I've been transparent about my materials from the very beginning. If a little hearsay and baseless slander are enough to convince you, then by all means, go ahead.
You...
Elof!
Miss Chiory?
Go outside and help these customers with their return requests. There's no need to ask them why. Whoop. And once you're done, put up the sign that says we're closed for the day.
Got it.
Chiory...
They couldn't be more fabricated if you tried. The real goal here is to divert my attention away from Fashion Week.
If you say so, but...
The best way to respond to public skepticism?
Miss Chiory, bad news.
Oh, for the love of... Can a woman...
It's our accessories supplier. They just sent word that they'll know...
What? No accessories? No...
Yes, that's what they're messing...
And what about the models we asked them to book for?
I think they'll probably...
Even the suppliers believe those...
Is the messenger still here?
No, they've already...
So, no accessories means...
Not just that. It means no gems, ribbons, gold thread.
But if you take those away, does that...
Alof, you stay and watch the shop. I'll go...
Yeah, and we can vouch for you too!
Thank you. In that case...
By the way, we really aren't just going to talk, right?
Of course. I wouldn't do anything to one of my business partners, especially when a reasonable conversation should suffice.
Who is it?
Venger, we've worked together all these years. The least...
Straightforward as always, I see.
And when has following convention ever gotten me any...
Have you...
I don't like to waste my time on baseless lies and speculation.
You're right. I only subscribe to the Steambird.
So, these rumors.
No, not at all. They...
Well then, there you go. Those sort of headlines become old news faster.
You would think that. Someone paid off the tabloids to publish the same article at once. They even went so far...
Every house? That means someone...
It seems your rival really pulled out all the stops this time, sure.
What sort of...
A photo of you...
Yesterday?
Uche.
Here, I've got a copy. See for yourselves.
Behind the scenes, the true Chiory boutique takes shit, relying on its close ties to...
I don't know what happened, and I don't want to comment on things that I didn't see with my own eyes. Still, that photo...
Yeah, he was the one who's...
I appreciate you standing up for me, Paimon.
That's right. The court of public opinion has already...
But that was so long ago.
In the world of fashion, they claim that most of your clientele are...
The absurdity. I don't even know which
Well, it's no laugh. Maybe your clientele are criminals. But with the way this article combines fact...
Venger, are you...
If I were... But I'm no longer that brave young man with nothing to lose. I'd be perfectly happy to work with you again after this. But my daughter is manning the store during Fashion Week, and I don't want her implicated. Let me offer you a piece of advice, Chiory. For old time's sake.
You're free to wait things out, Venger.
Have
you ever thought maybe this attitude of mine is precisely what paid...
Fair enough.
Understood.
So,
Without the accessories, I can...
how could they do that?
Public opinion has never been about what's true and what's...
Well, guess all we can do is just head back for now.
Traveler, Paimon!
Charlotte, what are you doing here?
Looking for you, of course. Did you see those fashion tabloids this morning?
You mean that sorry excuse?
You too, huh? Whoever wrote that article must have no... Miss Chiory doesn't deserve to suffer.
That's great! With your help...
It's my pleasure. I've met Miss Chiory several... She was the one who made the hat and tie for my camera. Speaking of Miss Chiory, do you know?
She was just...
If you ask me, I think Chiory Boutique is done for.
I mean, what did they expect? Engaging with criminals behind their customers' back.
They kept up a solid front, though. I've even bought from them before.
Really? How was it?
The owner was plenty fierce, that... Oh no, we've... Did you hear what all those people...
Miss Chiory doesn't off... It's also true that her way of deal...
Oh, this is all Lutea's fault! Wait a second. You don't think Chiory...
That would only make the situation worse.
You've got a point. Elaf, we're back! Oh, who's this?
This is Miss Letitia. She's also...
Oh, you were the one who came to collect the...
Oh, no, not at all. I'm just here to thank her. In fact,
so you've come...
Yeah, you probably... My fiancé owns a small business. It doesn't bring in a lot of mora, but we get by. After he proposed, he took me to Chiory Boutique, and he probably noticed how often I talked about Miss Chiory's clothes, and how...
And then?
And then, something happened to the business, and we ran into major mora problems.
But didn't Chiory say she was able to make the dress from what was left of—
Yes. When I came to cancel the order, she heard me out, and then told me not to worry.
Well, that's a good thing, isn't it?
It is good. It's just, after I went home yesterday, I couldn't help but take out the dress and try it on.
Ah, what a shame. He's not supposed to see it until—
Well, see, that wasn't actually— He's seen a lot of wedding dresses in his time doing business. So—
Huh? So wait, that means—
Yeah. Miss Chiory covered all the costs and held nothing back. The fab—
Miss Letitia, I'd really like to use your story for a
Huh? Well,
I think it'd go a long way. Hey, Olaf!
Huh? I thought...
Well, we were.
Oh, I remember now. There's this one cliff by this...
In that case, why don't we split up? I'll continue interview— Alright, sounds good. What? There you are, Chiory!
Uh-huh. How did you know where I—
She did. We were just looking for you at the
I'm not upset. Wanna sit here with me? The view's quite stunning. Sorry about that.
Alright, don't mind if we do.
Well, how does it feel?
This place is pretty great.
Right? It's quiet and open, and far from the relentless
Yeah, it's important to take yourself out of that kind of stressful environment every once in a—
I didn't grow up in a very strict family. My parents would joke that I grew up to be so assertive. I would get together with the other children to climb trees and explore caves. One time, I even climbed over the walls of the Kamisato estate. One of the servants had to physically remove—
Whoa, Paimon would have never imagined—
But even as rambunctious as I was, when it came to needlework, I was as quiet and focused as could be. It was as if I discovered a whole new world within those vibrant, dazzling— My parents noticed, and they sent me to study under a famous Inazuman tailor. It wasn't long before
You were that misbehaved?
I wasn't misbehaved, exactly. I just often had strange ideas when it came to fashion. On top of that, I hated the idea of groveling and making out. Anyway, a few incidents later, I soon found myself without a master.
No wonder you left—
I was angry and frustrated. So, before I left, I swore to all those—
Well, that's a great dream to—
After that, I came all the way to the court of Fontaine. I had a lot of fun starting out. Sure, I had a far more naive view. Of course, as I spent more and more time in the industry, I learned nothing was ever that— Oh, you mean Letitia? Yeah, she did mention that dream. Who would have thought? Even as I continue to pursue— Alright, that's enough sightseeing for one day.
Ooh, looks like you've got your game
Back? It was never gone to begin with.
Paimon thinks we should look for evidence that Uter wrote that article, and that Charlotte's already working on an article to address all—
I don't like duking it out in the press. But if Charlotte's thrown her hat in the ring, I know where Uter's clothing factory is located.
Sounds good! As for Fashion Week, well, there's always next—
Huh? When did this become an either-or situation?
But your accessories!
Well, it's true that I haven't quite figured out to tell you the truth. Even here in Fontaine, every time I see this thinking about all that, I just—
What?
The sea. Seashells, coral. Come, let's take a dip.
Chiory! Wait, hold up! Or a pearl, maybe? Oh, coral's pretty too. Oh, Paimon gets it now! You want to use things like that as the accessories for your designs!
Well, now that you hit the nail on the head, help me grab some, would you?
Leave it to us! These should be enough, right? Paimon picked all— Chiory, will these do?
Everything looks great.
Great! So are we gonna head back now?
Yes, but don't forget, we've got... Okay, we've got the materials for the accessories.
You mean we have to start from scratch? Will there be—
I should be able to make it.
Oh no, skipping out on sleep is not the answer. Wait, how come this— Well, anyway, sleep is important, you're not—
Well, I can't argue with you there. One thing's for sure. All this grit and determination.
What else can we—
I suppose all there's left to do is...
You got it! Wait.
You heard me. Tear them all up. When I went to that first fashion week, I had no savings to speak of. I had to make something work, so I tore up all the clothes that I brought with me from Inazuma, and I used the scraps to make— If it worked back then, why not now? We can also repurpose some of the ready-to—
But you worked so hard on—
I know. That's why I refuse to let it all go to waste. I'm not going to let them win.
Okay.
No need to be nervous. I won't hold— Of course. If anyone dared to tear up one of my dresses in front of me on a normal day, I'd probably toss them into the... Just this once, though. I think I can make an exception. Good job. That should do it.
Chiory, are you alright? Sorry for taking so long. I got caught up and... Whoa. What happened to your... Who did this? Those monsters. Slandering you in the papers wasn't enough for them. Give me their names. Since they're all too eager to tear up other people's clothes, I think it's about time the Spina di...
Maybe you should calm down a bit first, cause you see,
Ugh, what is this, a soap opera? I was the one who asked the...
Oh, so that's...
Navia sure is scary when she's angry.
If there's one thing I can't stand, it's a false accusation. No one's...
You and Chiory?
Of course. Everyone knows that Chiory makes the most gorgeous outfits and...
Now, if only you'd give me the contract.
As if you'd enjoyed it. Plus, with how much your intel has helped us out in the past...
If I had it my way, it would be the other way around.
Anyway, we both know why I'm here.
If it's not too much trouble, can I borrow some skilled hands to help with some simple sewing?
Oh, no problem. I've got a few of those guys all ready to go. When are you going to get started?
Actually, there's some...
Ask away.
Oh, and Traveler and Paimon, could you help me pass word to Linny and Lynette?
I'm done with my interview. Has Miss Chiory made it back yet? Oh! What happened to the boutique? Who did this? Give me names. I'll make sure every last one lands a full feature on the front.
Not this again.
Great, you're both here.
A moment later and you'd have missed it.
We read the article in the papers. She helped design a number of our costumes in the past and even sponsored one of our performances.
Oh, perfect. She was the one who sent us.
In that case, I assume that there's something we can do to...
Okay, so it's like...
Is that all we'll need to do?
Should be a piece of cake for the two of them.
I'm on split. Well then, guess it's about time we go and find some evidence. Chiory said we shouldn't disturb her over the next couple of days. We can check...
But the show's in another 2 days, isn't it?
Well, according to her, she...
A two-pronged approach.
Courtesy first, confrontation second.
Yeah, so...
Understood. Then we'll have faith in her decision.
Alright, Okay, then let's also do as Chiory said, and meet... Oh, Paimon sure hopes she won't have a hard...
The scenery here is wonderful. You're here.
Chiory! How are the—
Just a few steps left now.
Wow, that's cutting it real—
Don't worry. I have no intention of giving ground on either front.
Okay, Paimon—
His factory is usually— We're just curious customers.
Well, when you—
Anyway, Uter's factory is right over there.
Why would he open—
We have different marketing strategies. While I specialize in high-end—
Alright.
You make a good point. Let's—
Next customer! We're in! There really is nobody here. Ooh, Paimon nearly fell out of the air! What hit that thing?
A mechanical guide. They usually use a recorded tape to give you a tour of the factory.
Please, follow me, dear guests. First stop on our tour is a look at the gradual evolution of our clothing brand. After that, we welcome you to peruse our most popular styles.
Huh. Uter seems to be doing pretty well for himself, doesn't he? Why would he feel the need to bother you when he could just focus on improving his own brand?
This is the studio where our designs are made. These are the fitting rooms. Please use them at your leisure.
Huh? There seems to be... something in this fitting room. Why did the door just close?
Hold on tight, Paimon.
Why is it moving? Where did this thing take us?
It seems like we're someplace deeper inside the factory. Right here.
Look out! There are guards here!
Emerge. Right here. Emerge. Right now.
Stop here, please! This place is filthy!
Look over there.
Ooh, that water looked...
And I was the...
So he was actually the one...
No wonder his clothes always felt... He's been using all manner of tricks here in a bit...
Should the clothes...
Never mind issues with shrinking and fading.
That's terrifying! This way he won't be able to try and deny anything in court. Doesn't look like there's a path here.
Follow me. Let's go up. Yeah.
This place seems like some kind of weird...
knew.
You did say he knew you really well, didn't you?
Yes. And that's because
Wait, you're practically at each other's throats!
when I first came to Fontaine, we were both fledgling designers who longed to gain a foothold in the world of fashion. In the beginning, we both wanted to make clothes that would stand out from the crowd, but with every criticism we received, and finally, right before Fashion Week, he came to the conclusion that we wouldn't. For my part, I gambled it all.
You received the acclaim of all Fontaine while Uter...
I don't know the exact details.
He's just jealous of what you've accomplished. A guy like...
Well, let's focus on getting out of here first. Missing the show is as good as letting him win.
There are some... Oh, that doesn't seem to have done anything. Maybe try the next one? That didn't do...
Warning. Warning. Unauthorized intruders entering expulsion mode.
Right now.
Warning. Unauthorized intruders entering expulsion
Roll.
Let me weave you a verse.
unauthorized intruders entering expulsion mode.
Look over there. Seems like there's a way out. Maybe we can use these mechanisms to...
Warning. Warning. Unauthorized intruders entering expulsion mode. Warning. Warning. Unauthorized intruders entering expulsion mode. Warning. Warning.
We're finally out of that stinky place. Let's take this evidence and get out of here. Finally, the entrance! At last!
Oh, those chambers couldn't hold you, I see.
We've collected a bunch of evidence on all the
The evidence on your person, you mean?
More mechanical guards?
Oh, but this...
What? Destroying Chiory?
Proving that fashion...
You know what?
Spare me the lecture!
Fashion is about aspiring towards a certain ideal.
Well, once the people witness their former darling's spectacular fall...
That's what you've been trying to prove? You weren't like...
He realized long ago how utterly...
You gave up on your dream. But that wasn't enough, was it? You think you understand. This whole thing...
Pathetic. Why don't you take a look in the mirror?
You're right. But more pitiful still are cowards who...
You...
Yeah, just leave this guy.
No. You go instead.
But he had...
It'll be fine. Just go to the venue and tell everyone to proceed with... I'll deal with him. Some lesson.
Catch up with this...
Trying to leave, are we?
I've held back all this time because of our past partnership, Uter. But all that changed after our...
Still
No matter what you've been through. If I may borrow the words of a friend. Allow me to show you. The Chiory brand represents more than a person or a trademark. It's a way of life.
Greetings, friends at Fontaine Fashion Week. Please feast your eyes on the extravaganza that Chiory Boutique has prepared for you today.
brilliant, dazzling, and wholly unique. And most importantly,
An enduring, never-say-die spirit. That's the true meaning of the Chiory brand. And now, let's welcome the thundering seamstress, Miss Chiory herself!
Did Chiory not...
Lights! Cameras! Over here, please!
Let the show begin!
the world may change, fashion along with it, but Chiory will remain the same. No challenge is too great. Chiory caters to no one. Not even the times. Rather, Chiory will always lead the fashion of our time. Finally, let's not forget. Only those who do not give up on their dreams are worthy of this brand. Well then, I suppose all that's left to say is, Happy Fashion Week, fellow dreamers.
How about this?
A little more to the left.
Like this?
Perfect.
Phew. Oh, that looks great! Miss Chiory.
Of course.
I didn't know you'd make a brand new signboard.
I made it before Fashion Week.
I think, well, how can you become renowned through all of Tevat with...
Now that you mention it, perhaps our magic troupe
Our signatures are the Grinmalk and Cap.
pair would need an alias, of course.
So, does that mean your signboard is going to be... 2 Cap?
Ooh, that sounds super and a bit crazy. Miss Chiory, I'm done taking pictures. You can expect the article in tomorrow's Steam.
Thank you, Charlotte.
It's my pleasure. Bringing the truth to light is a journalist's duty.
Going forward, feel free to custom order any accessories you need for Monsieur Verite.
Huh?
Of course. The same goes for you too, Linny and Lynette. If you have...
What about something other than...
Thank you, Chiory.
Well, I don't really need anything.
I don't need anything either. So long as you continue to request my
Actually, that reminds me. When will you be leaving, Chiory?
Huh? About that.
The Spina di Rosula has prepared a special vehicle for you, so you can just get in and we'll push it all the way out of Fontaine.
What? No, that's so embarrassing. Ooh, do we get something nice too, Chiory?
Of course. Just hold on a second.
Disrupting public order at the show, appropriating venue lighting equipment without authorization, using weaponry in public, hosting a dangerous performance without notifying the authorities.
Shivers, we can explain.
If you come across anyone who matches those descriptions, please report them to the Special Patrol at your earliest convenience.
Enjoyed that, didn't you?
Says the one who pulled that stunt earlier. How about you do me a favor and tell me...
And if I had...
What? No, but it would have at least spared...
Well, I would say I more than made it up to you.
All right, I won't argue.
Well, friends, I would say we've earned ourselves...
I'll have to take a rain check. I've still got a lot of paper... Oh, by the way, Chiory, I ran into Veg...
I don't need to hear it. I'm sure the old fool used
You know him?
Thanks again. Shove.
My pleasure. Oh, and what? That was really quite an...
You don't say.
All right. Follow me if you want in on this.
Traveler, Paimon, could you go wait for me at that place with the view? I'll let Navia know that we'll be a little late.
A place with a view?
Perfect. I'll... Sorry to keep you waiting.
Oh, we didn't wait long at all. But what did you want to give us that you couldn't share right
Here, take this.
Oh, wow! A brooch! And in the style of Chiory Boutique, too! Wait, Paimon gets one as well?
I've only made 2 for now. After much consideration, I decided to give them to you. You've been a great help. Even when there were even times when I felt like I had to fight back and win.
Well, we may have helped a little, but Paimon would say you deserve—
I know for certain that was not the case. I've chased my dream for so long that I've come to understand something. Apart from conviction and persistence, the thing— a single person can only do so much. Without all your help, Chiory Boutique could have easily fallen to ruin.
Well, Paimon doesn't think it would have ever gotten to that point. Not if—
Perhaps my words were a little pretentious, but they do reflect how I truly feel. I'm confident in the quality of my work. Create something beautiful and there—
Well, guess there's nothing to— Should we go—
Oh, yes, of course. You know, of all the nights I've spent in Fontaine, I'd say this is the loveliest by far.